Americans will be saying, oh, I haven't had a job in 6 months. Well, how come? Well, the factory closed. Well, but there are factories other places. Ah, but my roots are here. Well, I suppose you wish that the illegals had these very deep roots and wouldn't leave, among other places, but not exclusively, Mexico. Got a lot of illegals from India in this country. You got a lot of illegals from Africa in this country. You have a ton of illegals from China in this country, but nobody's talking about them because they are a little lower profile. So we focus on the ones from Mexico and perhaps from Central America. But the reality is all of those people, all of them, had one thing going for them. The same thing that many of your antecedents had going for them. And that's the guts to get off their tail and go somewhere else where there is a better opportunity. And I think it's pathetic that so many people in our country, for whatever reason, genetically, that was bred out of them. Oh, I'm not going to pick on a state. This is where I've got to stay. After all, my relatives are here. And you know, when you think about the people that came here 100 years ago, it was so much more difficult. No, the laws were a lot easier. But they came, they didn't speak a language. It took weeks, if not months, to get a letter over and back. Here, even the poorest can go in and buy a cell phone and call home, no matter where home is. You got long-distance companies that will sell you far in minutes for next to nothing. And if you are even moderately computer literate, you go online. What I'm trying to get to is, I don't find the complaint that there's no jobs in this area, therefore I'm up against it, swimming with legitimacy. Now, you're 75 years old and not quite as quick as you were. That's a little different matter. But I'm aiming at you guys in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s. Maybe a little older than that, too. But there's no reason in the world why you can't get on the next train or plane and go somewhere else. No, you may have to leave the kids. So what? Leave the wife. So what? Or you may have to leave the kids if you're a single parent with your parents if they're able to and go elsewhere. So what? My children need me. My wife needs me. My husband needs me. Well, maybe so. But a good paycheck, they need a lot more than your body physically. It's not permanent. And you can call just about every night if you choose to. I just get so impatient with this. But now that the marketplace has responded to these numbers, as perhaps it should. Investments, if you were in the market, if you hit the averages, you lost 5% of your money since the first of the year. Or the value, not your money, but the value. 5%? You have to leave it there in an interest-bearing thing, and a good interest-bearing thing, for a whole year to gain 5%. But you could have lost 5% of the value in a week. On the other side of that, too, you could pick up 5% in a day, or 2 days, or 3 days. Well, if you'd like to talk about that, if you're unsure what to do, we can discuss it. I don't have a magic pill or a bullet. I have a couple of thoughts. 800-RADIO-97 is our number, 800